right.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the finals of the Chippendale Tag Team Classics. So, Alvin, you're going to go ahead and jump into your match. You're going to mute here, and you're going to talk strictly through Pixelborn.
Pixelborn, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't.
Mute.
Hold on. We're going to take a short break before we continue. I notice we're hearing major feedback, so Sam, please go back to the ad screen. All right, let's try this one more time. Welcome back. Welcome to the finals of the Chippendale Tag Team Classic. I am Thick Flare of Lorcana Heat, joined by my co-host Andy from Rules of Villainy. Andy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited
Always, man.
for this match. This is what, a couple weeks now of exciting
Yeah,
matchups we've had, all culminating to this. My wife's in it, so I'm a little biased, you
you're
know,
biased, so it's okay.
but it's gonna be some good matchups.
I think so too. So today we have Kirsten from Rules of Villainy taking on Lore Gains. So let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at their lists that they are running today. So Lore Gains is running Amber Steel. So I'll let you go ahead and take that one over, Andy. What do you see? What speaks to you? And what are the two cards that he drew?
Yeah, so I think the two cards you drew were the Maid Marian
Hmm.
and
And
uh the Maid Marian and the Dragon Gem.
no,
Is
his
that
is
correct?
that was Dad Kana. His is
Okay.
Simba-Fighting Prince and Maid Marian, Lady of the Lists.
Simba. Okay. I was like, wait, which one was it? Because I don't see the dragon gem in here. I was like, what? All right,
Yeah.
I'm living in the past. Simba. Oh my goodness, that's a really good one. And Maid Marian is also a pretty fun card. I remember that one from limited formats, like you do
Yeah.
like sealed or draft, and I mean 5 cost, quest for 2, and that what, -5 strength.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty
nasty.
great. But
Um,
ultimately, this is a pretty awesome Steel Song sort of list here. He's got the 4 Storm, the 3 Zeus, uh, that early aggro with Lilo, Piglet, Smee. I really like the Pongo for the card draw. Um, that's definitely one I've tinkered around with. But the Mufasa, I think, is his centerpiece, right? Uh,
yeah, he's really banking on that Mufasa.
Hopefully, he hits his Simba off that Mufasa. At which point, it's gonna be pretty hard for Kirsten to respond.
Yeah, I think so. So Kirsten is running Ruby Amethyst, but not your typical Ruby Amethyst. She's got the wardrobe and she has Dragonfire that were the cards that were assigned to her. Well, generated, right? Um, what I think was the MVP for her the last time was that Super Goof, man. Like that
Yeah.
Super Goof came in so clutch.
It's a good card.
Um,
Super Peepo. Let's go.
Super Peepo. What I do enjoy, if she can get it off, which she got off against me, is getting all these damaged characters, right? She gets that lore from the Radigans party, and then she drops the Gaston. If she can get that combo off, I'll be a happy camper.
Honestly, might be one of the only answers she'll have to something really big like that Surfer Stitch or that Simba. If they come down, the Gaston's like what, 10-6, right, with Rush, so it can really swing the game pretty pretty heavily if she can get it out there. But it's just a one of, um, so
Yeah,
we'll have to hope for the best that we see it.
100%. So looks like both these players are ready to go. We're gonna roll to see who goes first. Oh, I can't tell who's going first. Is it a reroll?
I do think Lore Games won.
Okay.
Uh,
Look
so
at
I
them
could do
doing the half cut. Kirsten
Lore
made me
Games.
do thirds.
Lore Games with the Batman sleeves. Is that's his staple, right?
That's the staple, but this is a little bit different. He typically runs those yellow Batman sleeves, and today he's going with the black and white, like comic looking ones.
Very nice, very nice.
So we're gonna go ahead and see what we're gonna alter. It looks like Lorgans has put two down so far. Oh, there's a third one.
Yeah, you never know though whether that's the cards they want to keep or the
Oh
cards they
yeah.
want to get rid of. That's always
Okay,
that's
there we
always
go.
all right. So they were cards he's keeping, and he threw away
Yeah, so he's
4.
gonna alter those four.
Okay, that's one of those things that probably a lot of high level players take into account. Like, um, I know trying to remember where cards are in your opponent's hand, like they draw it. If you don't hand shuffle your hand, they can determine sort of where these cards are, and they go, oh well, I know they must have drawn this because they inked that, or um,
Right.
learning, how they place their cards down for the altar can probably one of those things we don't think about, and it's like one of 1,000 calculations Ed's doing right before he wins Continentals.
For real. But yeah, it looks like um we're gonna get. Oh, never mind. I thought they were ready, but it looks like Kirsten's still shuffling. Look at that mat she's got going on though. Yes, I thought it was yours at first, but she said you borrowed it.
Ah, yes, yeah. It's we both earned it together. We
Oh,
combined our
gotcha.
tickets in Seattle to get that. Um,
That's sick.
one of the perks of having two people in the same family go to
Honestly.
to the event together. But she was like, I asked her what match she wanted when I was setting up her camera and everything, and she said, "It's the finals. We got to go with the Cindy." So, and it does look like Kirsten altered 5, uh, so must not have had enough super goofs in hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would look for.
It'll be really effective in this Smee and Piglet. A little late when not going first here, but uh,
Yeah. Oh, we ink and
ooh,
pass.
she's got to be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
How many How many one drops? Hook, Mulan. So 8 one drops. Couldn't find one. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's not too worried about the one drops, given that he only mulliganed 4. He only altered 4. So maybe he's just not too worried.
So we get the followers down.
And the Japanese fan the flames into the ink
I
now.
saw that. Oh, and Alvin inks his full art Mufasa to play as
Ooh,
me.
the altered Mufasa. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know who did the altered artwork on that?
I don't. I will have to ask him because I saw it last match, but I completely forgot to ask him who did it. So if anybody knows that's watching, please let us know.
And if anyone's watching that does that amazing, awesome artistic stuff, let us know. We're always looking to find some prizes for our tournaments. Get some
Absolutely.
art commissioned, like a custom villain card.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Villains only tournament. We're gonna do it.
You should. I would totally love to see that. Oh, we get double Mulan down, both damage. So let's see if she brings out. Who has that synergy? Is it Mother Gothel that runs with that?
Um, yeah, Mother Gothel. Yep, the Mother Gothel that'll help move the damage when they challenge. Though we don't see the Smee turn sideways. That's probably a good call there. Definitely would just get taken out pretty much for free by one of those damaged Mulans.
Right. Wonder what she would be going for here with nothing turned sideways with. She should be inking, right? Going
Yeah.
through the list. Um,
I mean, I think at this point maybe the best play is something like the wardrobe, her actual uh, card. Although there we go and see it inked. Um,
could go for Radigan's party. Oh,
oh,
there we go.
okay. Actually, that's a really really good play. I was just gonna
Yeah,
say I think cards like Tuk Tuk, Goof, well Goof's 4, but Tuk Tuk and Mother Gothel risk being taken out a little too easily. Ooh, the Tinkerbell. That's huge. This
rough.
Gaston is really brutal. So he was able
Yeah.
to basically ramp two ink there.
So it's essentially like he's got what 6 ink in his hand right now, unless that Gaston gets taken care of.
Yeah, and I don't know that like Kirsten has too much to take care of it. Maybe We do get to see potentially a super goof come down this turn
Yeah,
to answer that Smee, although it will most certainly be gobbled up by the Tinkerbell.
absolutely. And if Lorgain so chooses, he could also just take out the party in general just to get rid of it.
Yep.
Although I think you race at this point.
Yeah.
Get
It's,
ahead.
we still haven't seen any real card draw from either player. I do think the double Mulans was really kind of rough for Kirsten because took two cards out of her hand, and besides being punished by the Tinkerbell heavily, it was just kind of um, ultimately not the greatest card to have. You really
Yeah.
needed to have like the Mother Gothel or something in the card sideways. So it, oh goodness gracious, two more Gastons.
Oh, that is rough. I don't I mean this is essentially like you've got 2, 4, 6, 10 ink without even
Yeah,
having to ink at this point.
yeah. His biggest problem now is finding other cards to have. I think he's
Yeah.
probably got one card left in hand. Two, it looks like.
If he
It's very
gets that
clutch.
invited to the ball, that'd be pretty clutch right now. I think he could just play let's see, is Gaston only character or ink? Let's see.
Yeah, it's
Select
just
one as
character.
character. Yeah. So he could drop down a couple characters with the Gaston. He's got Piglets, Ursulas, Lilos that could be dropped down, Smees, and then, you can pay for the invited to the ball first, right? Maybe to see if you get those characters and then just play
Yeah.
them for free.
Yeah, it is only a one of, so but it would be a really, really nice card for him to have. Otherwise, like the Stitch Rockstar or the Stitch Surfer, I think would have been the card he would have played if he had it instead of those double Gastons, probably. Two,
Yeah,
four, six. Oh, there's a seven cost. So I guess maybe he needed the other Gaston now. We could still see it come down in a future turn, but that would
yeah,
really refill his hand and probably just seal up the game here.
right. Um, I do see in the comments Captain Inkswell asking if there's a brawl in here, but Kirsten is not unfortunately running a brawl.
Yeah, she trying to avoid as many meta cards as possible, I think was part of her
We
plan.
respect it.
Yeah, so we see the super goof come down. I think
I don't know what you swing. I guess you try to take out the Gaston. Well, I mean, Smee's about to go.
so. You can take out the Gaston with the goof, gain two
Mm.
lore. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
she got something up her sleeve.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because the John Silver you need to quest and then deal one damage to the character to ready it. So the goof will not survive, I don't think. Um,
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. These are really tough choices to make, though, in these situations because it's like, do you want the lore? Do you want them to basically have ramp? Okay,
ooh,
so
we
we play Go the
seen go the
Distance.
distance card. Interesting.
There's the card draw at least. Get a card for it. Ready the goof.
See, the problem here is that can't leave the goof unexerted.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh, on the
that was
John
clutch.
Silver. That's actually pretty good.
So now you can take out the Gaston if you so choose. Unfortunately, the super people would get banished, but Silver lives to see another day.
I wonder if can't possibly just pass, right? That would be
I would hope not.
well the Tinkerbell. She's no longer worried about the Tinkerbell anymore. I think she is
Oh,
sending
okay.
both into
Yeah, send them
Gaston.
both into Gaston.
Gotta try and control the board a little bit here. You just get her 2 lore from Super Goof.
We're still hanging in. We're still hanging in. I mean,
She should have 2.
ooh, another Tinkerbell, huh? Goes into hand.
Kirsten should have 2 more, I think, from Super Goof, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're singing
Oh,
Storm. Goodbye, John
yikes.
Silver.
Yikes.
And to get the card draw. So, I mean, smart play on Lord GAINZ' end, but clears Kirsten's board, unfortunately. I don't know where you go from here though with all these characters on board. I mean, you okay, flexing that Dragonfire.
Okay, so that is pretty good. The draw engine of Pongo, though, is still
Yeah.
a huge problem. Um, one
So for
card
those
left
that
in hand, looks like.
may not know, that Pongo's pretty sick because once per turn you can pay 2 to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, you can put it into your hand. If not, it goes to the bottom. But looks like Alvin's running plenty of characters for that to pop off,
Yep.
which looks like he just did again.
Does it go to the bottom or does it stay on the top? I thought it,
This one goes to the bottom if it misses. So we pay to get the card to ink the card. Oh, plays the
oh,
Tink.
another Tinkerbell.
Brutal.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. He's just going wide, and there's no B prep in Kirsten's deck.
Yep. She definitely, oof, not the cards you wanted to see, but I mean, she does sort of force an answer, perhaps, to the party finally.
Yeah.
Although,
I still think Laura Gaines just quests out here, unless you're gonna pay the characters with Gaston, but it's a lot of lore you have on board. Okay, so what are we gonna discard? Gonna discard the
Ursula,
Ursula.
Pongo,
Oh,
ooh.
to the bottom.
All right. Well, that's not what Alvin wants to see, but definitely what Kirsten probably wants to see. Although still,
Oh,
still, the maid marrying.
crazy.
I kind of think it doesn't matter at this point, right? I kind of think they
Yeah.
I think Kirsten's a little cooked here.
Yeah, she's got to get the strong start. Maybe the problem is that he's got so much removal in here, so he's gonna go one of two ways. He's gonna get rid of your stuff, or he's just gonna get wide.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he realizes he's one turn away from winning, so he's gonna put the pressure on, saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like
So
10, I
she has to
think, right?
clear has to clear 4 lore off the board,
Yeah.
um, which isn't entirely impossible, right? So
Yeah,
she
I
has the
mean, oh,
Dragonfire,
nice.
and then she
Gets
could
the
trade. She can hit the queen into the Smee, which actually buffs the queen.
mm-hmm. She could take out
Gets
Pongo
what she
also
can
with Mulan.
do.
They'll
Yeah,
trade, but it's a decent trade.
yeah, that's probably a good move. is
That
probably.
Dragonfire was a good time though to bring that out.
Yep. No. Oh no.
Oh
Oh no.
man.
That was a misplay.
Yeah. I wonder what she's gonna send it into. Let's see.
Bongo. Oh,
Into
no,
into
okay.
Gaston. Now if she had a fan the flames, I'd be sick. Be like, all right, I'll swing that now. All right, so he's gonna exert to. What are you paying for? Let's see.
3 over things.
Okay, so Pongo effect gets Lawrence.
I think you just quest everything and play Lawrence. Oh, he plays
Oh,
it in the.
the Simba to get rid of the Queen of Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. And I do think one of the Gastons has 1 damage on it.
Okay.
And she top decks the Radigan's party, and I think that is it. Yep, there we go. We see the scoop come down.
Scoop City, my friends.
That was kind of one-sided there, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Um,
that board got way too wide to deal with. I think this time you just put your beefy characters out knowing that he's got some like this is where the wardrobe comes in clutch. You can get rid of maybe you can put some damage into Gaston, swing with the super goof, get it gone, get your 2 lore, rinse and repeat if you can.
yeah, you really, um, I mean, a lot of her stuff just comes a little too late. I think in the, in curve. Um,
Yeah.
that's why cards like Fox are so good to be able to do 4 damage on turn 3 with the rush.
Right.
Um, but like if she can survive those first couple turns, I think if GAINZ doesn't see like a Gaston, maybe is stuck going a little more traditionally fast, right? Like a
Yeah.
Lilo or a Piglet, um, and doesn't have the removal for some of Kirsten's characters, then we can see her hopefully, take over the board and hopefully, apply some pressure before where he starts to play some of those really big characters, which there's only 4 Dragonfires in Kirsten's list, so can only do so much.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the thought process was behind the John Silver that she has in the deck. So it's a 4 cost uninkable, it's a 2/4, and whenever this character quests, you may deal 1 damage to another chosen character of yours if you do ready that character. So maybe she's wanting to ready the super goof, or maybe the Queen of Hearts, right? Like you can put
Yep.
that quest with it, damage it, ready it, swing next turn.
I'll swing that same turn because it can challenge the same turn.
Oh,
It just
you're
can't
right.
quest
You're
the
right.
turn as rest. So yeah, it's for like a double challenge with the super goof. And it also synergizes with the
That
party
Queen of
because
Hearts. Yeah.
the Queen of Hearts, the party, the Mother Gothel, it's just a way to be able to apply damage. Um, so
Yeah.
none of your characters have damage on them. She can quest, and then quest with the John Silver, put a damage on, ready them, challenge, and get the Mother Gothel effect down.
Yeah, like she said, lots of math.
Yeah. It looks
So
like
we
we see
got,
a Gaston thrown away from Mulan, which kind of tells me that he's got another one in hand.
yeah. Okay, so we got Queen of Hearts coming down. That's her,
Right.
besides Radigan's Party, that is her only 2 drop in the deck.
Yep. Another interesting choice.
All right, so now we see Ursula come down. So
Oof.
that singer can really hurt. Now, I wonder where you go here, right? So not enough for Super Goof yet, but do we bring the Mother Gothel down so we can start redistributing this damage elsewhere?
I think she's in the same spot as before, where she risks anything that gets played on, this turn can be removed with the Ursula Singer the next turn
Yeah.
for relatively cheap. So she plays something like the Mother Gothel.
Okay.
And I think the wardrobe is the best option here. It's the hardest to remove, and it's
Beefy. Yeah.
least punishing too. So if they sing a Zeus on that, you're kind of like,
You
all
wasted a
right,
Zeus on that.
yeah, you wasted a Zeus on that. And hopefully that means something like your Belle or your Super Goof gets to survive a little longer.
Right. I can't tell if she's singing. Okay. Teeth and Ambitions. Nice.
So you got the Mulan.
Gets rid of the
Very good.
Mulan. Solid play right there. I like that you're able to synergize that, giving it damage, and then hopefully it lives to see another round where you can swing with it.
Yep. But this again is where the songs, Ursula and the
Yeah.
Steel songs, can be really punishing here. Although I do think if he had a storm, we would have seen Ursula sing that almost immediately on the Queen of
Yeah.
Hearts to get the card draw before deciding on something like Ink.
Yeah, so it probably isn't in the hand. So let's see what he does decide to play. Okay.
Lawrence, Larry,
Got Larry coming down.
yeah,
What I would love to see again is the just if you can get what is it? Oh, not enough ink. Yeah, I was gonna say that if the accomplished Mystic Bell can start redistributing damage too, that's another one to pop off.
yeah. That's definitely really useful and almost kind of needed here with this list
Yeah.
because you know Lord Gaines is not going to turn anything sideways essentially,
Yeah,
and
he's unless he's singing or hard questing for everything like he did last time, just
yeah,
gonna
not
hold
until
on to
it's safe.
his hand. Yeah. Looks like she had a fan the flames though, is what it. Oh shit, it's her ink. Got it. Okay.
No, I think it's her hand.
Oh, it's her hand.
She did
Okay.
ink fan the flames. She might have another one in hand. I'm not too sure. Looks like
Yeah,
she
it
just
looked like she
passed it.
did.
Inked and passed. Okay. We see the Gaston come down as predicted.
Yep.
Ooh, the
Now
Lilo.
here's where
Ooh,
you.
that's
Yeah, I mean that's where you like to see her go.
although the Lilo is kind of brutal for I think for Alvin here that because Kirsten would be able to if you brought that Lilo back, that's something to constantly give Kirsten the ability to um
Clutch.
you know challenge and trigger something like Mother Gothel.
Right.
Uh,
Clutch play right there, being able to play Dragonfire. So.
the real question I have here is
Oh.
why is Kirsten not questing with this Queen of Hearts? There's really no punish. Same with
Yeah.
the
Same with the
wardrobe.
wardrobe. Yeah.
Uh, it's only the
She
Mulan.
might be holding on to it to play. I want to say she has a Gaston in her hand, but I would have
Maybe.
quested maybe with the wardrobe to get the damage onto it.
Isn't it two less for each damaged character though?
I think so. Let me double check. Yeah, it's two less, and it's got rush. So double wardrobe or single
So then
wardrobe,
she
but
would
we've
have
got
enough
double
for it
them.
right now.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I don't know why she's not questing. That's the true question.
And the Queen of Hearts. Nope, guess not. Okay.
No, just the wardrobe.
Maybe she knows something that we don't.
Yeah. Um, I don't like Lawrence just hanging tight though. That's not
Yeah, so
fun.
here's
All
the
right,
punt.
so yeah,
Yep. Oh, another one.
that's tough.
Another song. That would be brutal here.
Yeah, potentially.
Nope. Okay. We
Oh,
see,
okay.
we see the Lawrence take out.
Oh,
Wow.
so it's clearing the board here to just go
Yep.
wide.
He will lose his Lawrence though.
Yeah,
The other problem though is that this Simba activates on banish as well, I believe. And so what'll happen is uh, anything that Kirsten plays to the board here, the Super Goose, pretty nice.
yeah, that
But
was a good
now,
one. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
anything. So yeah, the Simba's gonna be able to swing into that Super Goof and then do 2 damage to that Mulan and just get more and more value. So it's another one
Right.
of those cards like Maui Half Shark where you essentially can't leave the card. You can't leave anything exerted on your board or you're at risk of, you know,
Tough.
losing it.
That's tough. What I wonder now is if you swing with the wardrobe, right, but it doesn't take anything out.
Yeah.
I think that's also what she's contemplating.
That's a good question.
So it looks like she's going
Quest for
to
one. Okay.
quest. Yeah.
Very interesting. We do see quite a few cards still in Lorgain's hand here. I believe
Right.
at least two.
Yeah, I think he has 2 or 3 in hand for sure. I think this is coming back now where she could have quested with that Queen of Hearts for what, 3 turns? Would have been maybe at 7.
Yeah, at least two, maybe three there.
Oh,
Oof.
let's see what he
Yeah,
decides to take out.
it almost doesn't matter here. Um, I would do the Mulan probably. Take out the
Yeah.
Mulan, and then you swing the Simba into the wardrobe, put two on Peepo, swing the Gaston into Peepo. Whole board's cleared. You get to keep all your characters.
Yeah. This is um this is punishing though for Kirsten's side just because you're down to just takes out the wardrobe it looks like and then yeah,
Yep, just as suspected.
that's tough. I
Yeah, pretty brutal. And she's decking as
with
well.
the
Oh, we see the
Mufasa.
Mufasa come down. Yikes.
Yeah, so you don't want to see Mufasa at all, quest for 2, but when he's banished, you can, reveal that top card, and if it's a character, you can play it. Um,
Yep.
it's not a good look for Kirsten's end of the board, unfortunately.
Yep. I think
Oh,
War Games has a pretty strong deck here, as we've
yeah,
seen round after round.
yeah, it's punishing.
Yeah, his that not having a sort of useful 1 or 2 drop even for the longest time. He just sat there and did nothing for several turns
Yeah,
and um, one valuable card at a time.
it goes to 14 if he decides to quest out this turn.
Yeah, and at least 2 cards in hand still. And
Yeah,
a lot of the cards in his deck are just would just be great to see right now. They either present lore pressure or okay, so the Maid Marian, again more lore pressure, sort of protects them. 5, 7, 13. Use the
yeah.
Gaston to
So,
help. He's got one
and
card
then
left
John
in hand.
Silver can't swing for anything at this point.
Yep, and that's it.
That's it. Scoop City,
Nothing she
friends.
could do. Well,
Yeah, that was punishing.
certainly didn't see enough Super Goose. Never saw the Mother Gothel. That
Never,
was the one
never
that
saw the bell.
I think Lord Gaines sort of knew what the plan was from Kirsten and just decided, hey, I'm not gonna turn anything sideways until I can clear your board entirely. And that seemed to be pretty darn effective there.
Yeah. Looks like even her next few cards weren't helpful. She had a couple Fan the Flames, Teeth and Ambitions. Yeah. It,
Yeah, she definitely we built it. It
oh,
was
that bell is at the bottom of the deck.
yeah, it was a late. We were on the deadline for submitting our deck list, and so we didn't. Took us a while. Late into the
We didn't even
night.
see a friends for her.
No friends in the list at all. Oh, she
No,
has
she
it.
has it,
Does. We
just
didn't see
never
it.
popped
Wow.
up.
Okay. That is
Just
that unfortunate.
yeah. So,
The Mother
all right, let's
Gothel,
see if
no
we can
friends.
get them back over into our chat so we can go ahead and get some post-game interviews.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me message that. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just message them to pop back over, so we should see them pretty soon.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us and watching this match. We can yell at Kirsten for not making it more entertaining by losing too quickly, or Alvin for winning too quickly in a
Show
minute
it on the
here.
stream
But
anymore? Hello? Oh, here we go. We're back.
Hello.
Do you want Kirsten to close her Pixelborn or keep it open?
You can close it, I think. Yeah, you can close it.
Okay, should be
Okay,
good.
good,
Okay,
because
cool.
Yeah.
otherwise it gets a little wonky.
No, it's okay. You can close it. We'll go to screen just where it's unfortunately gonna just show Andy and I, but it'll work out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. How do y'all feel first off?
Oh man, bad because she drew really bad, but
Yeah.
happy that I won. But that was a good. It was
Yeah,
good games. Good
congrats.
games. Always
Yeah.
fun. It's always fun playing, you know, these kind of decks that you guys picked
Definitely.
out for us. Well, randomly got picked out for us.
Right?
Yeah.
I got
You
lucky
got
and
lucky.
got,
That
got
was a
my
those are
got
good
my
cards.
main. I got my main colors. Yeah, I got my main colors. So, and my Mufasa, the Simba, the 7-drop is pretty good, and he's inkable, which is huge. I
Man.
think I
Yeah.
think just being inkable is so good because I know Brad got that
yeah,
9-cost uninkable Rafiki, and
Right?
then she got
really nice.
Dragonfire, which is also uninkable. So yeah, sometimes it can be a little rough with those big high-cost uninkables.
Yeah. Real quick, if we can get Kirsten, if you can hop off camera real
Oh yeah,
quick.
sure. Sorry.
That way
Yeah, and
it'll.
I think you also lucked out a little bit with or I guess everyone who ran Amber and stuff like that. The lower cost characters, both Ruby players. That was you, Keith, right? And do you have Ruby
Yeah.
and Kirsten? Not many brawls, no big Sisus, not a lot of be prepareds. You know,
Nope.
a
I
lot of
ran
that
2B
removal
preps
that
and still
keeps.
didn't work.
Yeah, a lot of that removal that keeps cards like your Gaston in check are just weren't present. So that
Yeah.
it's a really
Yeah,
interesting
exactly.
sort of little meta that develops.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was like, I had to find a way to play out a Simba and a Maid Marian, like a 6-cost, 7-cost. And I'm like, how do I? There's lanterns and Gaston, and just Gaston makes a little more sense because it cheats out 2 lore or 2 ink, right?
Yeah.
it
A
got
little
pretty
cheaper.
gross there in that first
It
game. You were
really
just
did.
like Gaston, Gaston, Gaston. All right.
Three
It was.
Gastons games
Big
too.
tink.
I
Okay, well I'll Dragonfire it. Another big tink. Oh well, shoot.
Yeah, I drew all three in my opening hand, which was great. And I thought I was just gonna break out because I kept drawing a lot of uninkables, and I thought I was gonna break out, but it lucked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to get one of
Andy, I
those
know you have
Gastos
some.
down.
Yeah, I know Andy has some questions prepared. So Andy, if you wanna shoot those at them.
Yeah. I guess we'll start with Alvin here first. Were there any cards in your list that um you haven't played before, but now throughout this tournament have sort of like proved themselves to you, and maybe you'll consider putting them in. I know you said amber steel is your colors. Any of these maybe sort of junior varsity cards gonna get a chance at the big leagues?
Yeah, you know what? I played Gaston in Ruby, Amber, Mufasa, but I've never played him with Steel. And I feel like Steel has a lot of very good six cost characters, like Tink, even seven. Like if you can skip a turn without activating Gaston, and you can potentially drop a Surfer Stitch, or you can drop that big Simba, which is a massive threat. So I think this guy just cheating out characters is massive. Like it's very, very, very big. It's good. I didn't think it worked in this deck, but it did, worked out pretty well. And because he is an inkable, we can fix it with the Mulans. You just discard it, just
Yep.
throw it away,
Yep.
right? You draw and you just get rid of your extra Gastons, like I did in game two. I had three of them, two of them, three of them. I had a lot of them. I
Mm-hmm.
discarded one, and then Kristen popped one, and then I still played
Yeah.
another one because I had all three in my hand.
It was the big tink all over again. And
I know.
Dragonfire, the first one, and then he came right back out.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Kirsten, I guess, having played all the way through the tournament, unfortunately, coming up a little short here on the last match, but if you could go back and rebuild your deck, are there any sort of key changes that stick out that any cards that you kind of wish that maybe you had in there to
Yeah,
help you out?
I think I needed more in my 2-drop slot, for sure. I think a card soldier would have been nice. Didn't really think that one through originally, so I didn't consider it in the deck, but I think that would have been pretty helpful. Um, yeah, maybe one or two B preps. just because I needed it so bad.
Yeah.
Or a
Even a brawl would have been
brawl.
sick.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, something like
Ma-
that. But like me, yeah.
Maui?
Foxes.
Yeah.
A fox would have been nice, you know, to get that 4 damage, because that's what I felt like I was lacking a lot of times. Like if I couldn't find the Mother Gothel, which I didn't at all tonight. um,
Yeah.
That's what we
I was
mentioned.
struggling to do the damage that I needed to do because I couldn't find the things that I needed to sequence anything together. Um, so without being able to like put something together, I was like, man, my deck's a little all over the place. So yeah, kind of wish I had a few other things in there to kind of round it out. Like I said, some foxes I think would have helped a lot. Card soldiers for some extra damage.
Yeah, Rush I think is super strong with the Mother Gothel. Although I think Lord Gaines was maybe onto your plan from the beginning. Just decided not to turn anything sideways there
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
little while, um, which allowed him some time to get out these big characters that
Yeah.
really only Dragonfire can deal with.
Yeah, my bait totally backfired because the only reason why I turned sideways because I had a super goof. But then that led to my entire board being wiped very quickly.
Yeah, there was a couple turns there where you had the damaged Queen of Hearts,
Yeah,
and I think we were wondering why you weren't questing with that, given that it was a
because I wanted to kill
four.
a Gaston with it because it would do enough damage.
Right. He would have had to trade his Lawrence into it though for I think
Mm.
at least one of the turns, if not two of them, and so it just made. I was just wondering, like,
I was just really trying to strategize for the Gaston, to be honest.
Yeah,
That was a problem for me, and I
makes
really
sense.
was trying to kill it, and I couldn't.
Yeah, and that's where cards like
That's
Fox and
tough.
Maui definitely would
Yeah,
would come in handy for that.
yeah, for sure.
I think that's one of Gaston's weaknesses in more competitive play is that you really only ever get one use out of Gaston. Um, but in this format, we saw you must have yeah what after you the triple Gaston in the first game, you had like 12 inks worth of Gaston and ink on the board. It was
Hmm.
pretty nasty.
Yeah, that Gaston, like we said, did work. Um, so a couple questions for y'all too. So, Kirsten, I know you just answered a question, but I'm gonna run it back to you one more
Hmm.
time. But what were the biggest frustrations you encountered while building your deck?
All of them. I'm terrible at deck building. Just
I feel that.
making decisions in general. I think I built like 3 different decks, and they were completely different. And
Okay.
then I was just like, well, I'm just gonna do this one with no
I
real
mean,
rhyme or
it
reason. And this
worked
just,
against me. You got all the right combos.
yeah, I mean, it kind of works sometimes if I can find the things that I need. But well, I mean, it's very obvious that it's pretty easy not to find the things that I need, and then there's no combos to be had or seen in sight.
Um, we'll go ahead and go to lore gains for this one. What is one piece of advice you'd give for deck building in general? So you had these stipulations. So what was your thought process, and what is one piece of advice you'd give for deck building?
Um, well, this deck in particular, I think I had a little advantage just because I've played these colors before, or I play these colors. But as far as deck building, because we were on a budget, um, I like to have a good curve. Like I like to have a good curve, and I also like to have characters that are good at going second. Because when you go first, of course, you have the advantage. It's a little easier to win first or going first. But when you're going second, that's when it's an uphill battle. So I kind of like to work with things that are very good going second. Like Tinks can deal with the board. Gaston gets you there faster. Smees have a really good ability to challenge. The hooks also are great challengers going second. Um, the what's his name? Lawrence, Ursula. Ursula's fantastic going second just because
Yeah.
of her high willpower, and I chose her over Cinderella. Two reasons. One, because Ursula is just pennies, and two, because Ursula is a bit more flexible. She can sing Storm and she can sing Zeus. So she has like a
Multifaceted.
whole arsenal. Yeah, she has an arsenal of songs she can sing. Plus she'll stick around because she has poor willpower. So they have to worry about either dealing with her or whatever else is exerted. So they have to choose between the singer and whatever other character is exerted. And as long as most of my stuff is trading, going second, we should be okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, but yeah, thank you both for competing. Congratulations to Lorgans for taking it all. You are our inaugural Chip and Dale
Ooh.
Classic
Woo,
champ.
congrats.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for putting all this
Um,
together.
oh, we appreciate it. I mean, thank you for even participating. I know I was just like, hey, y'all wanna participate in this, and it was just you guys were really great about being flexible, being able to do the little meetings we had before, you waking up at 5 a.m., everybody contributing. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot of
Sam
fun.
should be back in the chat. Sam, I think you have something to let viewers and lore gains know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah.
There it goes.
Wow.
Where is it? That's
That is
amazing. Thanks,
dope.
guys.
Yeah.
What an
I'm
honor.
disappointed I lost. I'm just kidding.
Sam, give me 1 second. People in the like people viewing can't hear, so I'm gonna fill in.
Whoa. That's so
So
cool. Is that
yeah,
real?
for
Is it in your
that.
hands or is it so cool?
But
Amazing.
for those viewing, what we basically said was congratulations to Lord Gaines, and every single one of our competitors is getting a nice little something from us eventually, hopefully in a month. um, but yeah, you get this picture of Sam holding the mat is what Lonnie is saying. But no, he actually gets the mat. So yeah,
The
he's our
picture.
inaugural champ.
I'm gonna frame
That's the
it.
mat,
I'm
right?
gonna
The mat is the gray play with your cards and a picture of
Yep,
him
yep,
all of it.
holding
Yeah, that's
yep.
holding
the
the mat. That's what the actual play mat is. This
middle of it. I'm
mat
kicking out my
separated.
Rapunzel and throwing you in there, Sam.
But since I'm gonna get Sam's okay really fast. Sam, can we mention the last thing since they can hear me, but they can't hear you. Troubleshooting real quick, y'all.
Yeah, I've got my audio in, so my audio is in now. Sorry about that. I put it on the wrong screen. Um, so yeah, again, congratulations to Lord Gaines. If you are just witnessing um, the Lorcana mastery that is Lord Gaines, um, this is what you do, Alvin, right? Like this is you streaming and testing out different decks on a regular basis. Um, if I had to go out in the first round, personally, I'm glad I got to go out against the guy that took the whole thing, because then, I could think in my delusional mind that like, hey, maybe that would have been me. Um,
You
so,
got the tiebreaker.
yeah, right. So then the last thing we want to mention, and now this will pop up in just a minute, but um, again, this was our whole stick here with Lorcana Heat is based around the motto "Play with your cards." You'll hear that kind of be our sign off at the end of our videos, and hashtag in our tweets and whatnot. Um, and a lot of us spend so much money on Lorcana product, and it's not uncommon for much of it to just stay in our shelves and never see the light of day, right? Or just collect dust. So we cooked up this tournament to encourage illumineers to crack into that bulk and try some new things out. We've simultaneously really enjoyed just getting to know our peers in the Lorcana community. And that gave us the confidence, I'd say, Keith, right, to
Yeah.
develop our Lorcana Heat Invitational series. So this series is going to consist of a stipulated tournament every set through set 10, introducing folks to more and more Lorcana content creators along the way. And then if all goes as planned, This will all culminate at our inaugural Questlmania around set 11, where all previous competitors of these challenges, including Dadkana, Rules of Villainy, Lore Games, will be invited back to compete in the grand pabby of them all, that being Questlmania, which will have its own stipulation that is yet to be determined. So with that, I want to thank Dadkana, thank Lore Games, thank Rules of Villainy for taking part in the Chippendale Tag Team Classic and just being all around members, awesome members of the Lorcana community. It's been an absolute joy to share this experience with you all.
Absolutely. And again, thank you. And you have just stamped your ticket to Questlmania.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
go. I'm
go.
so excited. This is
Hey, in the
Woo!
meantime,
so
Andy, we're gonna need you to help commentate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Double
I'm
duty.
not
I'm
commentating. It
down.
doesn't even matter.
I mean, it's quest. Is it questling? Is that the term? We're not
Yeah, we're
wrestling, we're
questling.
questling. And you never know, I might jump over the caster table and just like throw a B prep in the ring. You never know when that might happen.
It's always a
That's legal, right?
Yeah,
possibility.
so Dad Kana says he's coming back with a vengeance, and oh hell yeah, I'll see you at Questlmania.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So fun. Now I can't even be disappointed that I lost because I'm coming
You're
back,
coming back.
baby.
You're coming
You're
back.
coming back.
Something I didn't mention in there. Champions of these tournaments will, along with the playmat, get a first round bye in Questlmania, just so we can make sure we fit everyone. So you got that going for you too, Lord
Whoa.
Gaines, Alvin.
Let's
What?
Fancy.
go.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Fancy.
you've just stamped your way into Questlmania and that first round bye, so you get to watch everybody else and decide what you're gonna be able to do.
Because you needed the
Love it.
advantage. No.
So just a quick
Yeah.
plug really fast.
Yeah.
If anybody is interested in participating, shoot us a DM on Twitter or X. Shoot us a DM on Instagram. We'll get back to you. We do have our Scrooge McDuck Penny Pincher challenge completely booked, and we are going now for um, the Thrilla in Vanilla. So if you are interested in the Thrilla in Vanilla, let us know.
All right. Rules of Villainy, where do we find y'all?
Yep.
We are at Rules of Villainy on all the socials, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, um, MySpace, LinkedIn. Uh,
Smoke bomb.
yeah. So, uh, hit us up. We mostly do our stuff on YouTube at Rules of Villainy. We've got podcast comes out every Friday. We've got a bunch of other videos. Live stream with Kirsten every Tuesday. We test decks. We'll be tomorrow. We'll be live testing who knows what. Trying to get ready for set champs. Um,
I feel that.
yeah. Um, yeah. Thanks again so much for Lorcana Heat, for both of y'all, for putting this all together, for having us, for letting me cast, and um,
It's not your last one. You're committed now.
awesome. I'm
Yeah.
I'm here till the end. This whole thing looks awesome. I'm so excited to go on this road to Questlmania with you all.
Outstanding. He said the thing.
He said
Alvin.
the thing.
Alvin, where do we find you, man?
You guys can find me all socials, Lore Gains, and my YouTube. I'm very active on my YouTube, live streams, gameplay, edited videos, meta analysis, and a shout out to you guys for putting this together. This was a lot of fun, and all the competitors. Man, I love seeing all these brains come together and put these decks together and seeing it in action,
Yeah.
seeing the deck and the pilot, run the deck in action. It's really cool. Like it really puts, the Lorcana creativity out there.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate that. And yeah, all the competitors, kudos to y'all because my brain doesn't work that way and I was really blown away by all these decks that came out. And I was really scared when we first started with Andy's list because he got the best combo, he got items and we're like, "Oh yeah, like he's going to go typical item list."
And then
And
it
bye
all
bye
got
Hiram and
banned.
Fortisphere.
Ravensburger nerfed it. They couldn't handle it. They knew it was going to be too strong. The carpet pan.
Exactly.
It was too much.
It was hilarious.
So they sent me to an early retirement and then onto the caster's table throughout the tournament.
But you get to run it all back at the Grand Pabbie of them all.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'll be ready.
Last plug, remember follow
Okay.
Dadkana TCG.
Yes.
We have Rules of Villainy. Kirsten, you have your own plug, so I'll go ahead and let you plug yourself.
Yeah, I do. I am on Instagram, mostly Blue Sky, and TikTok sometimes. I just post
Yeah.
some fun Lorcana content and sometimes just Disney stuff. I have pets too.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Sick. Last one for us. If you've been tuned in this long, we appreciate it. Thank you all for this journey that you've gone on with us. It's not quite over yet for Sam and I. We have set champs coming up, and we're gonna see how our metastars do. So follow us at Lorcana Heat on every single social media outlet there is, and see how annihilated we get at set champs.
Hey,
Give him the zipper.
I'm giving him
Zipper's
a
coming.
run for the money at least.
I even have him right here. He's my little good luck charm. Zipper's on the way.
There we go. All
But
right,
thank y'all so
folks.
much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Till next time,
Play
play
with
with
your
your
cards.
cards. Ooh,